What's going on, YouTube? It's the 11th of January. It's a new moon. The Kali Yuga ends in 4 days. Pluto moves from Sagittarius to Aquarius. A transition that only happens every 20 years. It's a generational change. There's a bunch of conjunction bullshit happening too. I don't age, I get smarter. Look at this, and my hair grows. But yeah, there's a bunch of Canadian geese staring at me from across the water. There were crows, but today, they couldn't fuck with me today. Because I got out and I went, they went, and took off. Oh, that Viking that tried to kill me with a hatchet, I have his hatchet. I gave his gun away to somebody else. So this is pretty fucking cool. I started when I left home in 2022, I had to steal this for protection. I only used it a couple times to chop trees down as protection, but I also cleared a lot of trails. But now I have this. And I have this. And I have this, which was a gift. I have this, which someone stole from me one day, an Irishman. And then I have this, which was left behind the last time that I saw my soulmate. I don't want her to be my soulmate, but I can't stop talking and acting like her. She can't stop talking and acting like me. I'll be sitting here doing absolutely nothing, and then all of a sudden I'm filled up with emotions that I recognize are emotions that she's made, so she's probably thinking about me. I saw her. The last time I saw her, I went back to see her, and her and her Viking, evil, angry, wimpy, stupid, gay, taking his anger on himself out on me, boyfriend, scheming little weasel, bitch-ass, little dick loser. He left. They were both gone. He tried to chase me. I just drove by in my car, and he left his girlfriend and child to come chase me like a dog. So I left, and I was like, he's gonna do that shit, bro. So I waited for like 2 minutes and then turned around and went back up to the top of the hill, because that's what my name means, is exalted African tree, always paying attention, free and vigilant, brave in battle. But I went back just to go to the top of the hill to meet somebody else, and then a kid came up, and I taught a kid from Brattleboro a bunch of stuff about life. And he was like, I didn't know there was going to be a homie here. I didn't know I was going to run into someone like me. And I said, I don't think we're like each other. I think that Brattleboro has an ability to create people. See, the crow's back. Let's look at will you flip around for me, motherfucker? You fucking accuse. Oh yeah, this hat was here, but look. Basically, a crow showed up and he flew really weird. That was it. That's not how birds normally fly. And he's just in position, twitching like this, and cawing and looking directly at me. Which means I'm an MK Ultra baby. Born on a very specific date to be a 33. That's right, a 33-6, born on the 11th. Which means that I get infinite love in a way that only 1 out of every 13 people has, but that's not a true statistic. That's not an accurate statistic, because not everybody's born. You have to have a very specific birthday to be born under those circumstances. See, I can see the crow trying to do the 11 energy anyway. You see? On 11 days, I've mastered the art of the eagle call. I'm basically Pocahontas but I'm leading a bunch of black women to enlightenment. And I'm a man, yerd. So let's smoke some bad chemicals. Let's put a little bit of bad chemicals in my system, man. And we're gonna talk about, oh my god, we're gonna talk about, this is a problem that I have that I hope you guys can answer, actually. I hope that whatever talks to me and is talking to you and giving you these different transitions of consciousness and these change in emotions, when you stare at your little hamster feeder and you just stare at it and things are happening and your brain is going off and thinking about different things, judging what's in front of you, I hope that whatever system that is will feed you the answer to this question: why people come into my life. I automatically get a feeling they're going to be a terrible person in my life. I need to get the fuck away from them. But I can't go anywhere. I'm trapped. So they're stuck and they offer a way out. So I take the way out. Sometimes it's like $700. See, there's another crow. Flying in, it has to be in my peripheral. And they're circling me. Why does it feel like when they say something disrespectful to me, or like a police comes and takes my license and he goes, like he's as soon as he gets my license, he's tweaking. You heard? He's tweaking, bro. He starts to like get giddy. He starts to act like a 2-year-old child. He's like so happy, and then he slams on my window, throws my license back and leaves. And then I feel his energy against my head for months. I'm like trying to work around the right thing to say, I cast you all back completely. I have a bubble, an aura of protection. You cannot touch me. I dismiss you all in the name of rising to grace and greatness, and I reach up to the highest point and I anoint myself and I shine a light over the entire world, and other one's mine, and I just completely kick you out. And there's hundreds and hundreds of people that have done me wrong in the past that are just floating there waiting for a chance to disrespect me again, or to be a part of my node. They're like floating disgustingness. It's like I'm constantly under attack where they try to put spells on my personality to change how I think and talk and influence the community because I'm a 33. Maybe because I'm supposed to be a master teacher, they want to channel my influences so that I impact the community the way that they want to see. That's why my face structure gets rearranged every day, where it looks like I'm a completely different person. My hair, sometimes my hair is completely up. Like sometimes I wake up in the morning and my hair is up like this all day. I'm getting a haircut soon. I'm just taking today. The crow's freaking out. And I could feel it, like it's trying to take my attention away. It's trying to trap it in a network. It's trying to send all my information back to something I can't see that's possessing the birds, and that's why they're getting closer and closer and closer. See? There's a nut. They're circling me. And they won't move out of my eyesight. Like they have to have a direct line of contact in their peripheral to me. They won't stop moving, and they won't park, in a place that they can't get a view of me. And then they start siphoning my life force, and they start projecting themselves onto me, and I have to hold on to my life force, put it back in my system, and I have to cast them out. How would you do it? Hey, but at least I look like I'm 6, right? Look at how clear my skin is. I haven't showered in months. I smell like shit. Let's see what happens, man. We're in the final evolution. And I didn't put Gary in his place when I could have whooped him. I didn't force John Michael to do push-ups. I didn't make Jesse get a job earlier. I didn't rescue the other Jesse from her evil boyfriend. I didn't ignore the other Jesse when she gave me red flags. But I woke up in the morning in a terrible, terrible place. And I fought to get myself to a better place every day. And I made 1 step forward, 5 steps back. And just kept trudging through. Eventually, I was in the tent in the cold. I was sick. People were trying to hurt me. People were trying to kill me. I stole a bike. I started riding my bike around places. And at the same time, I was holding a higher standard for myself, so that everyone that I passed, I blessed, and I performed for thousands of people in Burlington. And when people came to me with problems, like women were talking about staff members abusing them at public service places, I would go and I talked to the news and made a story about it. And I got the word out to them, and I confronted the people that were doing it. And I helped inspire youth to try harder in their fields because I outperformed them. And I have a natural vibe that makes people want to impress me. So I utilized that to put myself in positions where many people could view me. And it would force them to introspect. What else did I do? I drove my car around New England. I drove my car around Vermont. I saw all the back roads. I saw all the views. I saw the waterfalls. I saw the pigs and the cows and the horses and all the things in between. I enveloped myself in love from so many different cultures and aspects, and I condensed it into songs that I felt perfectly fit the vibe that I was at the time, and I'm hoping to finish it even better than before if we don't get nuked. But I made a mistake and I spent all my money. You sent me $50 and I spent it escaping instead of being trapped in a prison where I feel like there's people around me all day twitching and staring at me, bumping into my car, slamming on my window, screaming, cackling when I feel them take the love out of my heart. So of course I'd get an energy drink at the store, and I'd get a Black and Mild, and I'd just go drive down the street pretending I don't feel everybody and their mother staring me down as I'm driving down the road, giving me dirty looks and trying to drain my spiritual force to fuel their ego. And then everywhere I go, every single place I go to, as soon as I get into the building, it's like I watched before I even get in there, and I'm just sitting outside. I can see them setting up for when I walk in. Like all the people like Chum Bucket Puppets walk in and stand at the registers and at the checkout, and they're just standing there waiting. They're literal puppets. They don't have to go anywhere. I'm sure they just don't even exist past the interaction with me. They're just extras to be used somewhere else. And they're just standing there waiting, not doing anything, not moving, not speaking to each other. They're just standing there until I decide to go in. And then they start moving and talking to me, and their whole thing is just they're programmed to steal love and disrespect me and trap me consciously. That's all it is everywhere I go. People stomping around trying to steal love and then trying to disrespect so that they can leave with your energy. And I've figured out a couple ways to do it, and then it doesn't, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just kind of learning how to be okay with it without letting it affect me and just keep going, and they get worse and angrier and angrier and worse. So I'm just hoping at the end of the tunnel I'll be able to get all my vibes and personality back so I don't sound and talk like this. And I can be whoever I want, mate. You feel me? I'm drinking some Tropicana, which in Vermont, this is $10 right now. Meanwhile, there are bunkers across the Midwest that can house the entire American population inside the mountains that are full of food. And that's why we've been getting inflation, is because they've been taking all of our food from us. Then they'll transition us to crickets, because the farmland is going to go to growing something else. I see that I should be telling you guys that instead of buying a house, you should get an RV and live at an RV park. And keep the RV there. And then get an off-road truck. So that you can help out your community. Is that an assignment, or is that... They're kind of... I'm just being shown an image of a place. That's all it is. It's just an image of a place from my memories. And it's a nice place. Wouldn't seem so bad. But it's all Canadian tourists. Don't I look like I'm fucking 6 years old right now? Is somebody coming? Yes, I have a TV show I have to write. I've got an amazing series. I've got an amazing album. I've got 2 amazing albums. And they're getting better as every day goes by. They're getting better, and I'm starting to see a 3rd album, a 4th album, a 5th album. But that's really just, the 5th album is just an extension of the first one, I think. They're of similar vibes, so I'm not sure. I need an animator. And my cousin animates, but every time I get into his presence, it's just steal love and disrespect. Steal Casey's energy and hurt him emotionally. And then get to a point of exclusion so that he can't get back to me, so that now I hold the power over him and he feels like he doesn't have it anymore. And that's everyone I talked to ever since I was born. When I was young, it was more like, help Casey become the best man. But now that I'm a man, it's like, don't let Casey be better than I am at anything. And then God just dumps the entire universe at my lap. And I choose to help the people that hurt me. And then they get even worse. But then I get a cool trinket. Like this. Or like this. Or like everything that I'm wearing right now. I gotta take a fucking deuce, mate. I've gotta take an absolute monstrous dookie. You know what? People could show up at any minute. But we live for suspenseful adventure. Yeah, that's